Hello friends, welcome back once again in the video lecture series of operating system. Its subject code is 1618305. Today I am going to teach you lesson number 1, that is introduction to operating system. In this I will take the lecture number 5. Its name is different views of operating system part 2. In the previous part we have seen about users view. Today we will going to see about system view. This is my name and my designation. So let's start with the list of content. What are the important topics that we will discuss in this video? First, I will let you know about what are the important computer hardware. Then I will teach you about kernel. Certainly interrupts are also very important to be discussed here. And then I will start about system view. Then I will discuss about features, different features of system view, and finally I will try to summarize all the above topic in summary with some good references. So let's start with the first topic, that is computer hardware. As we all know what is computer hardware, but according to prospect of operating system, computer hardware are mainly divided up into three parts. First is your central processing unit, second one is your memory, that is main memory, and third one is your IO devices. So let's see first of all these three um, uh, components one by one. So what is central processing unit? Central processing unit is also known as CPU or processor, which is a main processor, and also it is known as brain of computer. We all know all these things, right? It is basically it is an electronic circuit in the computer which executes the instruction. Uh, Basically, CPU performs a lot of jobs like performing arithmetic and logical unit, controlling and input and output operations, right? Okay. So traditionally CPU was known as processor, right? And moreover, its processing unit is having two parts, that is PU and CU. That is why it is known as CPU. CPU is nothing but control unit plus processing unit is known as CPU. This is the Venn diagram of your CPU, how actually CPU look like. Right. Next, let us talk about memory. Memory, here we are dealing with main memory. Main memory refers to the physical memory that is internal to the computer. See, whenever we want to execute some program, the program has to be brought into main memory. Why is it so? Because the speed of hard disk and speed of computer processor is not so means similar, so that they can synchronize. That is why third party interface should be needed, which is also known as memory. Commonly this memory is known as RAM, or it is also known as primary memory. So computer can manipulate only the data which is in the main memory. If you want to, what does it mean? If you want to update some data, if you want to manipulate some data, so we have to perform all these execution in main memory only. So what is the essential part of main memory? Main memory compensates the difference between speed of CPU and hard disk. As if CPU cannot take the instruction directly from hard disk. So this is the physical diagram of main memory. Internal diagram of main memory I will teach you in memory management. Okay. So what is the third computer hardware? That is your IO devices, I/O devices, right? Means input or output device, right? Okay. So what is input output device? It is able to accept the input, and it can, after processing, it is able to give the output. That is known as input output devices. So it can acquire individual media data as an input, send to the computer, or send the computer data to storage media as in storage output. There are basically three categories of input output devices. positive input device which only takes the input. It does not produce the output. The examples are keyboard and mouse. Second one is your output device. What is output device? Output device is nothing but which can gives only output. It cannot take input, such as traditional display monitors. And some of other devices are input and output both. What does it mean? That means it is capable to take input and also they are able to give the output, such as main memory, hard disk, and USB like pen drive and all that. Okay, so see a neat diagram of input and output devices in which this diagram clearly shows how many of them are only input, that means this one, how many of are only output and how many of them are input output. So keyboard, optical pen, joystick, scanner, barcode reader, these are purely input device. What are output device? Headphones, headset, laser printer, traditional this monitor, laser printer, and speaker. These are only output device. And what are the input output device? Digital camera through which we can take some input and output. Pen drives, touch screens, CD or DVD, webcam, fax machine, modem. These are working as input and output both, right? Okay, let's talk about kernel, because in system view kernel is very important, playing a vital role in the system view of an operating system. It is a computer program which stores in the core of operating system and which complete control over the everything in the system. So whatever the operating system controls or manage the hardware, basically it is the kernel who takes the responsibility in between in the operating system. Okay, it is the integral part of any operating system, because without kernel you can't perform anything with the operating system. So it is the portion of the operating system code that always occupier in the memory. Means basically kernel means ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का एक जो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट होता है विच इज नोन एज कर्नल, दैट शुड बी पुट इन द मेन मेमोरी so that from there kernel can manage all the things. So here we are having a neat diagram of kernel. The application are submitted to kernel first, and kernel has to decide that which application is to be given to CPU, is given to main memory, or is given to device. That is the main part is main responsibility is driven by kernel only. Okay, let's talk about interrupts. Interrupts are also very important whenever you are talking about especially system view. So it is a signal which is sent to the CPU by external devices which is known as IO devices. What does it mean? See, basically if somebody wants to enter your house, or if somebody wants to come to your house, he will knock your door, right? So knocking the door is known as signaling you that somebody is coming at the outside of your house. So similarly, interrupt is a signal which is sent to CPU that some external devices is going to request for the CPU. They tell CPU to stop its current activity and execute the appropriate part of the operating system. So what does interrupt do? Interrupt does, interrupt request the CPU that whatever the CPU is doing its task, just it hibernate that task, means it just stop that task and execute whatever the new entity has given for the execution, right? This is the main task of your interrupt. Okay, hardware interrupts are generated by hardware devices to signal that they need some attention from the OS. See, there are two types of interrupts: hardware interrupts and software interrupts, right? Okay, so hardware interrupt is generated by hardware and software interrupt is generated by software. Okay, this is a very good diagram of interrupt where This is showing the program flow, that is program is flowing. First of all, instruction 1, then instruction 2, then instruction 3, then instruction 4 will be executed, and moreover 5, 6, 7, 8 is there, and in between this, if some interrupt is occurred here, if interrupt is occurred, so entire execution of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 will be stopped, and the CPU will start entertaining interrupt instruction 1, 2, 3 and 4. Means whatever the interrupt will be happen, interrupt means the process which are having higher priority, and it will just voluntarily kick out all the process that is being executed at the current time. So what is the interrupt routine? Interrupt routine is nothing but the interrupted, which is in what fashion that interrupt is executing through the CPU is known as interrupt routine. Okay, so let's talk about system view. So what is the system view? According to the computer system, the operating system is a bridge between application and hardware. You all know it is most intimate with the hardware and used to control its required. What does it mean? If you see the architectural diagram of system view, you will see that as compared to software, the operating system is much more closer to the computer hardware, right? Okay. Basically, there are different types of views in operating system, which can be explained as follow. First one is the system view, which is in which the operating system is acting as a resource allocator. See, there are two types of views. One of them is known as user's view, that is already discussed in the last video. In this video, we are discussing about second type of view, that is known as system view. Basically, these two views are very important because at a glance, if you want to understand about entire working functionality of operating system, then it is very difficult to understand. Okay, so there are many resources such as CPU, time, memory space, file storage space, I/O devices that are required by the processor for execution, right? Why it is so complicated? Why operating system is seem to be very much complicated? Because lots and lots of work has to be done by operating system or in the presence of operating system only, right? So it is the duty of the operating system to allocate these resources judicially to the processors so that computer system can run smoothly as possible. What does it mean? That means on the basis of priority, what process needs the resources more, so the operating system has to take all these responsibility that कौन से प्रोसेस को किस समय कौन सा रिसोर्स चाहिए. The delay time should not be there. That is why it is the moral duty or it is the functional duty of the operating system to manage all these things. Operating system is also known as a control program because it is controlling all the computer hardware. Basically, these computer hardware are your CPU, main memory and I/O devices. Okay, it manages all the process and I/O devices so that computer system can work smoothly with no error. See, while interacting with the process and resources, I/O devices are also an integral part of the operating system so as to perform their task well. So what is the next one? Okay, it makes sure that I/O devices work in a proper manner without creating any problem. See, operating system सिर्फ CPU और मेन मेमोरी के ऊपर ही मॉनिटरिंग नहीं करता है, वो जितने भी चीजें और जुड़ी हुई हैं एक्सटर्नली या इंटरनली, जिसको हम IO डिवाइसेस कहते हैं, वो सारे के सारी चीजों के ऊपर बहुत अच्छी तरीके से ध्यान देता है ताकि कहीं पर भी कोई दिक्कत ना आए. Okay, operating system can be also viewed as a way to use the hardware much more easier. computers were required to easily solve the user's problem. Why we are using computer, or why we are using such type of operating system? So that the problems of users can be resolved or solved very effectively and conveniently. Basically, it's not so easy to work with the computer hardware. That means user cannot directly interact with the computer hardware, though he can do, but it will be very tedious. The programming will be very complicated, so that he is not able to communicate with the computer hardware directly. Okay, the operating system is developed to easily communicate with the hardware. See, this is a very important point. Whatever the operating system is designed, basically these are designed on the basis of the computer architecture, right? Computer architecture plays a very important role while explaining or while managing by operating system. Operating system can consider the program running all the times in the background of the computer system, that is known as your kernel. What does it means? It means that operating system should always be active whether we are using user's process, or in the absence of user's process it should execute the background process, which is also known as your system process. Okay, this is the definition of operating system which is generally followed. Means there is no certain definition of operating system. Whatever the characteristics that we have already discussed in the operating system, these can be treated as their own definitions. Okay, the OS manages hardware. OS means operating system. Operating system manages hardware resources of the computer system. It is very obvious that we know. Okay, what basically these resources are? These resources may be your all the computer hardwares, like your processor comes under your CPU, memory that comes under your main memory, disk comes under your disk, and other storage comes under your IO devices. Network interface that also comes under your IO devices. IO devices are also known as examples are keyboard, mic, then monitors, mouse, so on and so forth. Okay, what we want to do with the system view, that operating system allocates the among the running program. See, whatever the programs, when they need the resources must be given to the process at their appropriate time. Second one, next one is what? The shareable resource must be controlled among the program. That is very important. If we are sharing the resource, then it must be taken care of that there should be no conflict between the programs to acquire the particular resource. OS itself use the resource. Yes, it is right. That means, see, some part of OS is kept in the main memory. So OS generally also sometimes use the. So let's talk about features of system view, right? Okay. So what is the first one? The first one is operating system is the program which function in the same way that another program works, right? Means it is also a type of program, but this program basically manages the computer hardware. Okay, fine. It is a set of instruction that is being executed by the processor, right? Operating system acts as a program to perform the following activities are performed under operating system. First is a hardware upgrade. So this operating system we use to upgrade our hardware also. Next, whenever you have to provide the new services, operating system is capable to provide the new services. Next, if you want to fix the issues, if there is some problem regarding resources, so these problems can be resolved by fixing it properly. Okay, It also controls the user and hardware operations. So it also controls the software operations as well as hardware operations.
So let's talk about some another feature about system view. The first one is your operating system manages the resources efficiently in order to provide the better privileges for the user's program. Mainly, we have to focus for the user's program only. So for that, the resources should be well managed. Acha, what are the important factors? What are the important characteristics of operating systems are? First of all, allocation of resources. That means whenever the user's process wants the resources, it should be able to manage the resources for the particular process. Next, controlling the execution of program means entire program execution is controlled by the operating system. Next, it also controls other IO devices. IO devices are input-output devices. It also gives the privilege for the protection of the resources. That means resources must be protected very well, right? Next one is here monitors the data. What is the flow of the data, from where the data is flowing, from where to where? It also monitors each and every prospect of the data. Okay, this is the very good diagram of the system view. In this, see, this entire figure is subdivided into two parts. The first part, this part is known as your user's view, right? And the second part, after operating system and this computer hardware, this is your system view, right? However, we will see system view in more detail in our subsequent lecture. Okay, so let's talk about summary that whatever we have seen here. So computer hardware can be classified into three categories, that is your CPU, memory and IO devices. Next one is it is an electronic circuit, which that is CPU is your electronic circuit within a computer which executes the instruction, right? Okay, CPU performs some valuable tasks such as arithmetic task, logical task, controlling and input output operations, right? Fine. Next one is main memory refers to the physical memory which is embedded in the internal of the computer, right? Normally, the RAM is embedded in the internal of the computer. Okay, this is also named as RAM, that is RAM or primary storage. RAM for random access memory. Next one is your input output device is a hardware device which has been ability to accept something from the outlier world, and it may also give the output to the same, right, after execution. What is a kernel? Kernel is a computer program at the core of the operating system, because kernel is the program which takes care of all the responsibility of operating system and complete control over the everything in the system. Okay, interrupt are the signal which is sent to the CPU by the external devices or normally IO devices, right? That means interrupt is a signal given by these external devices so that to stop the execution, current execution, and take this process for execution at the first priority. Okay, they tell CPU to stop the current activity that already I have included and execute the appropriate part of the operating system. And after that, if they want to resume, if the system wants to resume the execution of the previous process, it can be done. Okay, some more important facts. That is, there are many resources such as CPU time, memory time, file storage space, and IO devices. Right? They all require some process for execution. See, whenever a process executes, at that time, these computer peripherals are heavily required with the process, which is also known as resources. Okay, it is the duty of the operating system to allocate the resources judicially to the process. See, the allocation of resources should be allocated to the process in such a way that none of the process should go in starvation. Okay, computer is required to easily solve the user's problem. That means the allocation of the resources should be in such a way that none of the users process should suffer the problem of your starvation or deadlock. Okay, it is not easy work to directly interact with the computer hardware. That is why we need the special type of software which is known as system software or operating system. Operating system were developed especially for the communication with the computer hardware. So these are some good references. I have taken 3 books according to your syllabus, and out of which I will suggest you to go for Peter Bear Galvin. And apart from those books, you can also go for online studies like this. URL also I have given to you. And if you want to go for some watching some videos, so these are good URL which is given in this slide. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day. Thank you once again.